won't you? Hit you up, I'm on the other side. I miss you, miss you. Take you off, I came here way too strong. Cannot keep it low-key. Got me drugged, your pheromones hit the roof. Bottle your taste. Is there really a bad reception out there? Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are tackling the entire upstairs of my house. I am starting in James's room and then working my way down. I had a bunch of different things that I needed to do around the house, and I figured I'll see how much I can get done. And for this day, it just happened to be the entire upstairs of my house, and I still have to do the downstairs of my house, but that's a story for another day. So I'm starting off by changing James's bed, reorganizing his thousands of stuffed animals. He has so many stuffed animals all the time. He loves them. He takes them from his brother's bed. He brings them home from grandma's house. He is obsessed with stuffed animals, and we have so many of them. And we even have a beanbag behind his bed that is stuffed full of stuffed animals. And it's just never enough. He has so many. He is that kid that will go to the store and see a stuffed animal and need to have it. And it's insane. There's barely room for him on his bed. But, you know, kids will be kids, right? So, changing his bed, then we're going to get a vacuum done, clean up everything else, and Jacob, my assistant, is here to help and supervise and make sure I am doing the best cleaning that I can get done. So, here we go.
Found myself in between the lines, underneath your bed sheets. It started fun, but now I'm in too deep into this flow. A zero-sum game that I will lose. There's no zipping past it. Every time you walk away from me, I want you. How could I want you more? Or when did I lose my perspective? Oh God, have I lost it? But my cravings for you so shameless, can't get enough.
If you're new here, welcome. I'm going to take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Brianna. I am a mom to 2 little boys. James is 4 and Jacob is 1. I currently work outside of the home full time, and when I am home, whether it's when I get home from picking them up from school or on the weekends, I am typically tackling an area of my house or multiple areas of my house in some sort of way, whether it's deep cleaning or organizing or just doing a general cleaning that really needs to get done. I try and keep up as best as I can, but we know whether you have 1 little one or 5 little ones, it is a task in itself just doing the regular day-to-day, let alone with a little one hanging off of you or constantly needing something from you. But in a way, making these videos help motivate me to do what I need to do, but also hopefully motivate you in some way. So if you have something that you need to get done around your home today, let's try and get it done together, and hopefully I can motivate you to tackle something that you've been putting off.
I've lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post. There's no denial, I'm chasing ghosts. I'm like an outcast from pillar to post, hitting you up but I'm stuck on hold. Is there really a bad reception out there? Where you heading? Why ain't gravity pulling you in closer to me? Yeah, I lost you, but I need you, and you're off my radar now. I've lost you, yeah, I lost you, telling you that I need you, but you're off my radar now. I've lost you, I've lost you. I keep on looking for you.
It was so refreshing to get all the stuffed animals out from under his blanket and organize them nice and neat. Obviously, it only lasts like a day or two, and then they're all over the place again, and he ends up bringing papers from his school and drawings he does into his bed because he likes to see them next to him in the morning when he wakes up. And he is also obsessed with hats as much as he is obsessed with stuffed animals. So he has a bunch of hats, and my mom has the biggest habit of giving him another hat whenever she sees him, or if she has him and takes him out, he comes home with a new hat or a new something. It never fails. When he goes with grandma, I have to expect he's going to come home with something he didn't leave with. And I guess that's just what grandparents do. That's what I keep hearing, but my mom is the worst offender with it, and I just let her have it. But I picked up all his hats, and I have the idea of hanging maybe command hooks on the wall up there and displaying the hat so he can kind of just grab one that he wants to wear, and they're not on his bed or just laying around on the floor, and also not stuffed in a closet where he can't reach them. But I'm not really sure where the best place would be for that. So I'm kind of game planning where I want to hang up these hats, but I definitely want them to be at his level where he can reach them whenever he wants, but also have them nice and tidy because it is not easy keeping this space tidy. We have a lot of things in here that were intended for a playroom, not a bedroom, and this is the space we're working with for his room right now, so we just kind of have to make it work. So I'm trying to figure out ways to organize it as best as I can without having to get rid of things that I know we still use and need. And eventually when we do get a new house, a bigger house, what have you, I'm sure it will be used in another part of the house. So I am trying to kind of hold on to things that I know will have to be replaced in the future.
We got everything we need right here. Wine and burning chemistry. You and me alone. You and me alone. Inside of our embassy. Everything we need's right here. Make me sing along. Sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning, blowing up a thunder, wash it over me, yeah.
So during the time that I made this video, I actually had taken time off of work. So even though I was home with Jacob, he doesn't go to school every day like James does. So James happened to be in school this day, and it was different being with only one of my kids as opposed to both of them because they're really different when they're apart. When they're together, I feel like everything is louder. There's a little bit more crying, a little bit more fighting, a little bit mommy, he did this. And I didn't have that. I had almost a full day of only Jacob while I did this, and he was so different. He helped me vacuum, he helped clean up in some places. He just was so different being alone than he was with his brother. And I don't know if it's just because he didn't feel like he needed to keep up, but it was interesting seeing how different he was being separate from his brother than when they are together. And I didn't really realize that until I started watching this video back and saw how different he was, and remembering, oh, well, he wasn't crying and he wasn't fighting with anybody, or there was no yelling, "Mommy, he took this from me." And it was just funny to me that they just are at constant battle with each other, and they're always like in a competition because Jacob tries to keep up with his brother, and his brother is almost 3 years older than him, so it's a lot for him to try and keep up with. But boy, does he try, and he definitely gives his brother a run for his money because he can keep up now with a lot of things, and it's funny.
We got everything we need right here.
Also, a side note here, did anybody ever think that getting your kids a play kitchen was just going to mean you were going to have a second kitchen to clean? Because I did not realize I signed up for that when I said yes to taking this kitchen from my mom's house. And it's a whole other kitchen to clean. I have to dust it. I got to clean out the little burners. I got to organize the refrigerator. Like, it's thankfully not too much extra work, but I didn't realize I signed up for that.
Moonlight on your naked skin, summer's blind us to giving. Where you wanna go, where you wanna go. Stars align onto your face, pretty sweet your sour taste. Make me sing along, sing along. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. I never thought I'd ever be stuck by you. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. Sharing all your deepest dreams, wonder what they really mean, yeah. In the empty bottle lies all the answers. Write down all your memories, feel the things you wanna feel, yeah. In the empty bottle lies all the answers. Oh, watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. We got everything we need, right? Watch me dancing in the colors, lightning blowing up a thunder, wash it over me. Yeah, we got everything we need right here. We got everything.
I've had this TV stand since before I even had kids. It was my mom's before I moved out of her house into my first apartment. And when I moved into my first apartment, that came with me as my TV stand. And it has just followed me into my house, into motherhood. And it is always covered in fingerprints. Thank goodness it is so easy to clean, because I don't know what I would do if it was hard to clean off fingerprints, because it's hard enough cleaning it as often as it should be cleaned. But it's just, you don't realize how long you have things until you really think back to when it originally made its way into your house. And here's Jacob helping me vacuum with his super awesome vacuum. And I recently found out that there are little toy, I think they're Dyson vacuums or Dirt Devil, I'm not sure which one it is, but they really vacuum. And now I feel like I made a mistake, that I should have gotten one of those, because bonus, they're playing and the floors get clean and I don't have to do it. I messed up here. We might have to reevaluate for his second birthday and get him the one that actually cleans, because we all know how quick the floors get dirty when you have kids. I vacuum nearly daily, and you would never know because they dirty the floor so quickly. So if him playing with his toy vacuum can get the floors clean, I am all for it.
One thing I know for sure, what we have is something worth fighting for. With bad news knocking at my door, but I like it like that. We go all in and I'm falling, but I like it like that. And it's so wrong, but still so strong, but I like it like that. Now I'm catching fire, 'cause you take me higher. You know you're everything that I ever desire. Every crossing borders, no taking orders, and I like it like that. Even I'm broken, watch it right 2 times a day.
Moving on, we are in the primary bedroom, my bedroom, and in here I was just cleaning, dusting. It was so bad. I didn't even realize how bad it was until I took the duster to it, and it was unbelievable. It was the shades that were horrible, actually, worse than anything else. And then I changed my bed sheets. I changed Jacob's crib bed sheets, and I am going to spoil alert here and let you know that Jacob is no longer in his crib. He has a big bed and he is in a new room now, and I am going to share that in a future video where you can see his little space and the cleaning that had to get done in there, because it was bad. It really needed to get cleaned. But in here today, we are dusting, we are changing sheets, we are vacuuming, and in between all of this, I was doing laundry. I had so much laundry. I think it was, I don't know, 7, 8, 9 loads of laundry. It was like an insane amount of laundry, but I did it all this day, and then I collected it all on the couch in the loft / James's room and folded it before James went to bed. I don't know how I did it. It took me a full hour to fold that laundry, and it didn't get put away until the next day, but I did put it away. I did not let it wait, and it was crazy. And believe it or not, it only lasted like 3 days before I had to do laundry again. After all that laundry I did, you're gonna see it's a huge mountain. After all that, I still had to do laundry only like 3 days later. It was insane.
I took a chance and I was right in every way. For lack of anything better for me to say. Hey, I like you like that. Yeah, I like you like that. We're up here on cloud 9, and somehow we get it right every time. 'Cause these days we're partners in crime, and I like it like that. We go I like you like that.
Like my dining room table that you guys have seen in previous videos, my dresser in my bedroom is the catch-all. It's where you'll find rubber bands, paper clips, receipts for our local grocery store, loose change. You're going to find it there. It has always been the catch-all. It's just when my husband comes home and he changes, he empties his pockets and that's where he puts the stuff. And he doesn't think to put the change in a change basket or throw away receipts he doesn't need. I don't know what it is. It's just his thing. So every time I clean, I end up having to kind of sift through that stuff and separate what's important with what's not important to declutter that area. So once I did that, I gave my room a quick vacuum. It thankfully was not too bad in there. And then I went over into the bathroom and I gave that a good clean, and it definitely needed it. At this time, we had 5 people living in our house, which, as you know, is only 2 bedrooms. So it was a little cluttered. Now we are down to 4 people. My grandmother has gone to stay with my dad because we needed the extra space. And though we were sad to see her go, Jacob really needed a bigger bed and she was more than happy to accommodate. And look at that dust. That's just for my bedroom. It's insane. So now we're in the bathroom and I am giving it a clean. As you can see, it really needed it. And it is another space in the house that only lasts maybe 3 or 4 days before it starts looking really dank again. And I just went in and gave it the cleaning that it really needed and deserved.
Too young, too scared. I wasn't ready. I'm restless, longing inside my body, growing stronger. Could you release me? Stay away from me. I had it all. I had it all. I had it all. But somehow I lost it. Had to fall. I had to fall and I lose myself. Will you be my ray of light? I want you to be my ray of light. Oh, but I can't find my way back home. I need you. I need you. I want you to wait for me. Wait a little longer. Wait for me. Wait a little longer. When I can't find my way back home, I need you. I need you.
If you haven't used any Scrub Daddy products, you are seriously missing out. This is the Scrub Mommy. I love it. I use it to clean my bathroom, and I also have a Scrub Daddy to clean my kitchen. The difference is the Scrub Mommy has a more coarse side to it, which is the pink side, and then the yellow side is more spongy, so it froths up with soap or cleaning products if you really need it to, and does an awesome job making like the faucet super shiny. And it's awesome. And also pairing it with some power paste that if you buy it at Target or Walmart, wherever they sell it, comes with a Scrub Mommy, and it's great to take off like the things that have a little bit of a tougher stain to it. I've also heard of the pink stuff, which I haven't tried yet. I haven't been able to find it at my Target. I haven't checked Walmart. I might have to and see. If you have it in your area, let me know what store you have it in because I would love to try it. I've heard great things about it and I'm always interested in trying to find new things to use to clean the various areas of my house. But hands down, sponge wise, Scrub Daddy products have been the best sponges I have used to clean. And obviously I got distracted talking about the Scrub Mommy, I totally forgot to tell you the difference with the Scrub Daddy. The Scrub Daddy difference with the Scrub Mommy is it is coarse on all sides. So it's a better cleaner for the tougher stuff, the things that you don't need the frothy soap for. It does have the flexibility. If you put it in warmer water, it gets a little softer. If you need a little stiffer, you can put it in cold water and it stiffens up the sponge. So you can kind of use it more scrubbing in a more vigorous fashion. But personally, for cleaning, I think the Scrub Mommy works a little better unless you need to clean an oven or a pan but don't want to scratch it. Then I'd go more towards the Scrub Daddy. But that's just the difference between the two of them. They also have the Steel Daddy. They have which is good for cleaning also the oven and stove, but it's steel, almost like an SOS pad, so it does stand the chance for scratching things. But they have a bunch of different products that you can try cleaning wise, and I haven't really looked much for the other products, but I know they have multi-purpose spray and stuff like that, and I would so love to try that because it looks like it would get a really good cleaning done too from other videos that I have seen of people using those products. So if you've tried it, let me know. I'd love to know if it's really good. I don't like the super chemically smelly stuff. I like the more natural smelling things and the more natural cleaning supplies. So I try and go as plant-based as I can, but I am willing to try new things because there are so many products out there and other things definitely work better than probably what I'm even using. So if you have any recommendations, feel free to let me know in the comments below.
A carefree existence, like a tiger, bounce back, move on. I am a fire, you are my light, my sweet reminder, you light my fire. I had it all, I had it all, I had it all, but somehow I lost it. Had it fall, I had to fall, and I lose myself with you. Be my ray of light, I want you to be my ray of light. Oh, but I can't find my way back home. I need you, I need you. I want you to wait for me, wait a little longer. Wait for me, wait a little longer. When I can't find my way back home, I need you, I need you. Be my ray of light, be my ray of light. When I can't find my way back home, I want you, I need you. Wait for me, wait a little longer. Wait for me, wait a little longer. When I can't find my way back home, I need you, I need you. Wait for me, wait a little longer. Wait for me, wait a little longer. When I can't find my way back home, I need you, I need you. I want you to wait, I need you to wait.
That little whale that I have on the faucet for my bathtub, I typically take it off when I clean, each time I clean, because if you don't, the water sits in there and gets all almost moldy, I want to say. Not good. It just is gross. It's black, it's slimy, it's yucky. And being that my grandmother was staying with us, I was not cleaning the bathroom, and she would help by vacuuming and taking out the trash and cleaning the bathroom for me, which was all great help. But she didn't know that that needed to come off. So I didn't realize she was never taking it off until this day when I decided I wanted to record and said, you know what? I'll clean the bathroom this week. Take a break. You don't have to do it. And when I went in there, I was like, oh my goodness, this has not been cleaned in quite some time. And that's kind of why you see all that gunk flowing out of there when I cleaned it and put water on it. It had just been a little while since it had been cleaned, because I was not aware that she didn't know that that needed to get taken off to clean. And it's all right. It's clean now. Nobody was harmed in the process. And then I just, after that, finished cleaning. I dusted the washer and dryer because they were in horrendous shape. There was so much dust there. And I know my washer needs a good cleaning on the inside, but I'm still debating how I am going to tackle that, because I kind of have to take the whole thing apart, and it's not very easy to do when the boys are home. So I kind of have to figure out how I'm going to go about that. But look how clean it is now. It was so satisfying to get all this cleaning done, and I was proud of myself for getting it all done in one day. And not shown in this video, I also vacuumed my hallway, the stairs, cleaned the mirror I have in the hallway, and even vacuumed the room that was my grandmother's but is now Jacob's room. And it was so accomplishing to get all that stuff done and go to sleep in a nice clean bed, knowing I didn't have to do laundry the next day. All I had to do was put it away. And it was unbelievably amazing. I wish I had the energy all the time to do all the things that I did, but I don't. I have to usually plan this stuff out and get it done. And here it is. Here is the stack of laundry I was talking about earlier. It was insane. A full hour. It took me a full hour to do this, to fold it and drape all my hanging across the back of the couch. It was crazy. It was like 9 loads of laundry, but it was done. And I got a break for 3 days, but I got a break. So this is from a previous day. I had made beef stroganoff in my Instant Pot, and it is super easy. It's one of my favorite things to make. It's so delicious, and I found the recipe on Pinterest and used it as a guide because I kind of do things my own way. I never really follow a recipe truly, but I used this as a guide and kind of added my own things to it that I thought would make it taste better. So in there, you start with onions. I think it recommends half. I usually use a whole onion because we love onions. I throw some garlic in there, mushrooms, because it is stroganoff, so you need mushrooms. And then I add some seasonings in there. I never go by the content of salt that they say to put in there. I season with my soul. If you know what I mean, you know it's going to taste good. I don't go by the 1 tablespoon, 1 teaspoon, whatever it is. I season until I think, well, that'll be good. And it never steers me wrong. I always have really good food at the end of the day because I don't follow the instructions. I also, in this recipe, it asks for a can of cream of mushroom soup. I do add the can of cream of mushroom soup, but I also add a little bit of heavy cream to it because I feel like it just gives it a little bit more moisture than using just the can of heavy cream. And I will add the recipe in the description of this video, but I brown the meat in the Instant Pot as requested with some oil in the bottom, and then you add the veggies, the cream. I used seasoned salt for this, which worked out perfect. And I then added a little bit of pepper to it, and I don't really remember what else I added to it, but I think that was it. It was very simple seasoning. And then you put the egg noodles in and you set it to 2 minutes. It only takes 2 minutes and you get like the best meal ever. And I make it, at least once or twice a month, and using a paper towel to get the oil or grease out of the meat is the best way, instead of losing meat into the sink, because that is the worst, losing meat into the sink. Use a paper towel and you save the meat, you get the grease out. It's a win-win. I love it. So after all of this, you put it in there for 2 minutes and you're all set. It goes off, you let the pressure out, and you have yourself a yummy meal. You serve it with some fresh parsley flakes, a dollop of sour cream, and you have yourself a great dinner. You can serve it with veggies on the side if you want. I don't, because it has veggies in it, but whatever is going to float your boat to make it a great meal. It's quick, it's easy, and it is delicious.
We can pretend that we're just friends, yeah. But who are we kidding? We can pretend that we feel nothing. But if you're game, I am willing to jump. 'Cause I've been thinking about crossing the line and just giving. Can I feel it the way I do? Cause I've been thinking about you all the time, can't get enough. I wanna make it with you. This time I'm gonna be true. Only you move me to the rhythm. Only you move me to the rhythm. Only you move me to the rhythm. We can pretend that we have changed, yeah. But who are we kidding? Kidding. We can pretend that we feel nothing and keep it hidden now.
All right, and that's it. We're going to set it to 2 minutes. We're going to let the pressure out when it's done, and then we're going to have a delicious meal. I want to thank you guys for being here today. I hope that you found the motivation that you needed, and I hope that you try this meal and you enjoy it, because it is seriously delicious. And I will see you guys next week with a new video. Can't tell you what it is because I don't know yet, but I will see you next week and I can't wait. Bye.
'Cause I